Hey guys, JNasty here. What is up, motherfucker? What's up, guys? So today's video is I kind of want to talk about the negatives of Call of Duty as a whole. I haven't made a bashing video of Call of Duty in a while, so I thought I'd do it right now. But no, seriously, I just want to talk about Call of Duty and why I feel like it's losing sales. It's losing. I mean, if you look at from Modern Warfare 3 till now, it's about half the player base of what it used to be. And I remember, if any of you guys have been playing since Call of Duty 4, I'm pretty sure none of you guys have been playing since Call of Duty 4, so I'm just going to leave that out there. I think a lot of players old school players that have enjoyed the past CODs have recently been quitting these last 3 Call of Duties, in my opinion. I think it's the truth, and I'm just going to talk to you guys what is going on with Call of Duty and why it's kind of failing right now, and why other games like CSGO are becoming popular. Even, dude, if you play Destiny, I don't hate you, but I really don't like PvP in Destiny. It's very unbalanced, but a lot of people are actually switching to Destiny, enjoying it, which blows my mind. That's crazy. But anyways, with Call of Duty, I kind of want to talk about some things, address some things, and hopefully you guys will enjoy today's video. So, first off, I want to talk about a little YouTube drama. There's a guy named BB Dobbins or something like that. He made a video saying no BS in Black Ops 3, and Drifter left a comment saying, you're really good at talking without giving information or something like that. And Drifter, I saw it on my timeline when I woke up, and Drifter woke up, apologized to him, and then kind of agreed with some points with him. So it's just weird that Drifter's always weird. Like he'll say something and then he'll apologize. He's too nice. Sometimes I feel like Drifter is too nice, but I really just want to talk about the downfall of Call of Duty and why is it continuously going downhill and downhill and downhill. So first of all, I just want to say Call of Duty is one of the most inconsistent, probably the worst hit detection connection I've ever dealt with in an FPS, and I know that sounds really bad. I know Battlefield has some pretty bad hit detection. Battlefield actually has dedicated servers though, but what makes Call of Duty so inconsistent for me is like you can shoot first, and a guy can like literally shoot off your body and kill you, or shoot you through a wall and kill you. It just, Call of Duty doesn't make sense with the hit detection. The tick rate is too low for a game that's playing that fast. I think if they increase the tick rate, the game would be a little bit better. Introduce dedicated servers, it would be better, but we know that it's not going to work. And the old engine, the engine that they're currently using since Call of Duty was created, has been modified every single year instead of making a new engine, which I feel also hurts Call of Duty as well. So Call of Duty is just updating an old engine. It's like putting new parts into an old PC. So like, let's say you have your processor, and your pretty much your processor, you're like your core of your computer, how well it's going to perform, how well it's going to render and stuff like that. You're just adding more parts to that, but they're not getting rid of that processor and upgrading the processor. It's what I'm trying to say to you guys. If you guys don't know computers, then you don't know. But I'm just trying to say that the core element to their engine is not being upgraded, and that's what I'm trying to get. They need a whole new engine. Just like you would need a whole new there would be no point in putting a 10-year-old processor with a badass computer. It just wouldn't function, if that makes sense to you guys. So the engine needs to be updated. The hit detection connection will probably get updated if they upgraded the engine, and they just really need dedicated servers, man. Like it's been too long in the game. The player base isn't as large as it used to be, and with skill-based matchmaking in the game, the connection has been at an all-time. I had to switch consoles because the connection was so bad on Xbox One, guys. Like, that's how bad it is, and it's still bad on PS4 on a normal account for me. Like a 4KD account, the connection's awful. So I kind of want to talk like that. Hit detection connection, it fucking needs to be reworked, and we need a new engine by now. Another thing that I've kind of been realizing with the past 3 Call of Duties is that people, even in Black Ops 2, late Black Ops 2, people have figured out that there's no point in moving in the game. There's a huge disadvantage to moving in Call of Duty. Probably the best playstyle right now in Call of Duty is posting up with an AR or an LMG and just head glitching. And people have figured this out, and it's becoming worse and worse every single year. If you hop back to older Call of Duties, people are now starting to head glitch and camp for streaks and stuff like that. And if they did a remake with Call of Duty 4 or Modern Warfare 2, it'd be the same. It'd be like all the players that you don't want to play against playing that Call of Duty. Like, that's how bad it's become. And there's no incentive to move, and it's actually a disadvantage to move in Call of Duty nowadays. Health regeneration is extremely slow. They've taken out sleight of hand, which doesn't allow you to rush as much. Clip size in your gun. SMGs, in my opinion, if you're going to remove sleight of hand, you need to have like 50 shots in your SMGs. And they need to be 3 to 4 shots up close. And assault rifles have insanely good hipfire. Just in general, SMGs need to be buffed, and rushing needs to be buffed. And one big problem with Call of Duty is ADSing. And this is kind of what sucks about Call of Duty, and what's actually really good about CSGO. In CSGO, you don't ADS. So when you turn a corner, you don't have to react to it. You don't have to react in ADS, and you automatically, say if we're playing CS:GO and there's ADSing in CS:GO, and somebody's ADSing the corner, and you just turn the corner, you're gonna automatically lose that gunfight because you have to stop ADS and do that. It takes time, and when you're already looking down your sights, you can just react. While in turn, the guy that's peeking has to hold his trigger down and then react, if that makes any sense. So ADSing is actually a huge flaw with Call of Duty, and that's why I kind of don't understand how it's a competitive shooter. If you look at all the competitive shooters back in the day, Halo, CS:GO, even Quake, you don't ADS. You don't ADS. It's a fundamental problem with Call of Duty. Is ADSing. You don't want that in a competitive shooter ever, and that's why I don't understand how Call of Duty is competitive. That brings me to my next subject. The only buffs or nerfs that got fixed in Black Ops 2 were the competitive side. The FAL, the Akimbos, and stuff like that. It was never really anything like LMGs. LMGs got buffed, and they never got nerfed afterwards because they don't use those in competitive. So hopefully Vonderhaar pulls his head out of his ass and listens to the public community and stop making these games for competitive players. If you make a good public game, it's going to play good for competitive players. I promise you. If you make it balanced in pubs, it's going to work good in competitive. That's how the game works. Competitive players only play 10% of the game, if that. So quit making the game for them. Make it for us, the public players, the majority. You don't. If this was a democracy, Vonderhaar would not be reelected. For fuck's sakes. But anyways, also don't make snipers so goddamn overpowered. But anyways, that's just a little rant right there with the snipers. They're pretty goddamn good. But yeah, connection's bad. Rushing is at an all-time low. It's big disadvantage. Like, the community managers aren't listening to the community. They're mostly listening to pro players, and that's really it. And one bad thing about our community is that the big public players like Allie, T Martin, Drifter, they don't really address issues, and they really don't talk negatively about Call of Duty, and they don't talk negatively about skill-based matchmaking. I think Drifter actually defends skill-based matchmaking, which blows my mind. But then again, Drifter only has a 1 KD, so he doesn't experience what us players that are better than him with a better KD, like a 3-4 KD, we have to play through, and it's not fair to us. And if you're at a 1 KD, I mean, you're playing bad player. You're mostly playing other bad players at a 1 KD. I'll be honest with you. Now, when you're getting up to the higher 1 KD and the 2 KD, you start playing party after party after party, and it's just, in general, not very fun to play. And I feel like if Drifter had a higher KD, like my KD, he would think differently of skill-based matchmaking. But these guys that are the big YouTubers, they're not good at the game. Therefore, it's weird, because when you're good at the game, little things can upset you. Like, when you get outgunned by a really bad player, that upsets me when I get killed by somebody that bad at the game. Most of the times, it could be, like, when I feel like I get in a gunfight with somebody, it's like a 70% chance I'm going to win that gunfight, with a 30% chance they're going to win the gunfight, even though they're way worse than me. It's just how Call of Duty is. It's not a fair game. There's a lot of uncertainty in gunfights, and I don't know. It's just a weird game. But when you're not a good player, it just doesn't. When you die, like, you're just like, oh, whatever. Like, you don't expect, like, if you're a bad player and you die, you expect that, you know what I mean? But if you're a good player, you don't expect to die by something like an LMG guy not even shooting your body, like, 5 feet off your body and killing you, or shooting you through a wall. It's just not fair. It's not fair, boys, and I will never get over getting shot by somebody with an LMG that doesn't move their crosshair and it can kill me while I'm sprinting. Like, it doesn't make sense. But in general, there's just these big Call of Duty YouTubers. They're not addressing any of the problems with the game, and a lot of them deny being paid by Activision. But if you think about it, they are being paid by Activision. They get DLC early. They get to upload. They get to upload the DLC early. They get to play the new Call of Duties and upload them early. They probably get advanced supply drops. They probably get camos for DLC and stuff like that. They are getting paid with incentives, and they're also getting allowed to upload the video, the newest Call of Duty earlier, the newest DLC earlier, and get in those search results and get on top of the list in the CEO. So they as much as they want to deny it, they are getting paid. They even recently got PS4s from Activision because they are getting paid. And Drifter likes to deny this, but I mean, anybody with a brain understands they are getting paid. And now let's talk about advanced supply drops. I kind of want to explain to you guys how this works. So, okay, so with Sledgehammer Games, when somebody gives you, like, let's say Activision gives these YouTubers, let's say they give them 500 supply drops, right? 500 supply drops. They're not, when Activision does this, they're not losing any money. They're not losing any money by giving these people pixels. It's free promotion. the YouTuber in return gets these supply drops and uploads the videos for a lot of views. They're very popular on YouTube. And what this does, when people are watching these videos, these unboxings, they're going to go, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to buy this. Bam, 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 bam. These microtransactions are fucking insane in Call of Duty now. It started with Call of Duty Ghosts with the voiceovers and shit, but Advanced Warfare took it to the next level, and now Advanced Warfare, all the problems in the game are just being, if you think about it, Advanced Warfare is like an ugly chick that keeps putting more makeup and more makeup and more makeup and more makeup on. It's cosmetics. It's all cosmetics with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Coming out with some new guns, have the Royalty Elites, the Obsidian Seed Elite, the Legendary gear. Like, nobody gives a fuck. I'd rather the game be actually good, remove skill-based matchmaking, and make the game a better, more enjoyable Call of Duty instead of just adding more bullshit to the fire. Literally, like, the game hasn't changed since release. It's still the same shit. But overall, and none of these Call of Duties are gonna complain about it, because if you think about it, guys, like if I'm a 5 million subscriber Call of Duty channel and I get 500,000 views a video, why be negative? Why be negative about Call of Duty? Why not address some of the problems? Because they're not. They're gonna lose money. They're gonna lose fans. If you're to talk negatively about a game, most of the time people react negatively to it. Like, it's weird. Like, people just can't accept the game. Like, accept the fact that Call of Duty is in a shit position right now. There's only half the players are playing since Modern Warfare 3, and people just think that Call of Duty is perfect in every single way, etc., etc. And it's just super, super annoying in my opinion. But overall, guys, microtransactions are ruining the game. Camping's ruining the game. Connection hit detection, no dedicated servers is ruining the game, and just overall, a lack of community support from the developers, from the bigger YouTubers, is also killing the game. And just overall, man, there's just the 3D movement. I don't know why they're adding more verticality, more 3D movement into Call of Duty. It's just killing the game even more. Look at a game like Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It's a very simple, non-vertical game, and it's fucking blowing up. And they've been playing the same maps for 10 years. 10 years they're playing the same maps, and people are still enjoying it. It is Call of Duty, and it's all this advanced shit that nobody wants in the game. I guarantee a lot of people like the pro perk system. I guarantee a lot of people like Modern Warfare 2 kill streaks. I guarantee a lot of people loved Modern Warfare 3 specialists. It's like they don't take the good things from the older Call of Duties and bring them into the next Call of Duty. They always just, it's like a new COD every year, and that it gets worse and worse, and they don't keep the good ideas, if that makes any sense. But overall, right now, Call of Duty is in a very bad position, and I just don't see Black Ops 3 being that good of a game, guys. And I'm being honest with you guys. I don't think Black Ops 3 is going to be better than Black Ops 2. There's going to be 3D movement, verticality. I guarantee it, the weapon balancing is going to be kind of whackety whack, and it just doesn't look impressive to me. In general, the maps just didn't look like they flowed, and that's a huge part to Call of Duty. Also, there's pick 10 system once again in Call of Duty, which I don't agree with. There's just too much. You're giving too much customization on this pick 10, and you're allowing 2 perks from the same slot being picked. If you imagine Modern Warfare 3, if they would have put Assassin and Blind Eye in the same perk slot, the game would have been so much better. But with the pick 10 system, it allows you to put Assassin and Blind Eye in the same perk slot. That's what it pretty much allows you to do, and it's just ruining Call of Duty in my opinion. So they need to remove the pick 10, bring back pro perks, and only allow players to have 1 perk in my opinion. I think 1 perk from each slot. Put Cold-Blooded, Blind Eye, and Assassin all in 1 slot, and have them choose something else that's really good for like rushers or something like that, if that makes any sense. But overall, guys, that's really the main problems with Call of Duty right now. Also, there's no incentive to win in the games, and there's no reward for winning. They should actually add XP to winning, and I guarantee you the game will be a lot more competitive. But that's all I had to talk about, and that's why I think Call of Duty is kind of failing. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out, back, motherfuckers.